live and welcome to another Live at 5 where we teach you the organic approach to making money online. And yes, as you can see, we have an amazing guest. But before we get to him, those of you that do not know us, my name is Daria Jackson Ligonier, coming from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn in the house, absolutely. And over to the other side, have our co-founder, Takeisha Wyatt from the sunny Florida. Yes.
Hey, guys.
Yes. Welcome. So, those of you that are popping on, just let us know where you're coming from. Put hashtag live inside the comments. If you are watching the replay, put hashtag replay. And do us a favor, y'all, and share this with your goal friends, with your business partners, with your peeps, because this brother right here, he's going to bring it and you're going to want to hear him. So do that right now. And after you have shared, just put shared in the comments and let us know that you did so. We want to welcome you from, I see Brooklyn in the comments. Yes. So we want to give a shout out to those of you that are watching us on LinkedIn, on our YouTube channel, and also in our group. And if you didn't get an opportunity, like we see Facebook user here, make sure you click on the link above this that will give StreamYard, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're tuning in from, permission to showcase your name on our broadcast. So as you guys are coming in, what's going on, y'all? What's going
Happy
on?
Tuesday.
I see that Romy Rome is in the building.
Romy.
So Rome. And a few of you, hello. I can't tell who you are right now, but hello. We are so glad that you are here. Takeisha, did I leave out anything?
Let's see. Subscribe. Hey, guys, if you look right here, you're going to see a notification bell. And if you hit that bell, you will be notified each and every time we go live. And that way you guys don't have to keep up, right? Even though you know it's every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can be notified so that you never miss out. Yes. We are so excited to introduce you to this man right here. This phenomenal young man. I say young man. We all in the same age group, so I can say that. This phenomenal young man, his name is Tim Trahan. Tim Trahan is an ex-professional player, right? He's an ex-professional athlete. That word was just escaping me. Y'all know sometimes my words. He's an ex-professional athlete. He's a father. He's a husband. He is a traditional business owner, and he does his thing online. Other than that, he also coaches, right? Because he has the time freedom to be able to do what he loves, and that's coaching, right? And when you have somebody, like you all know, we always have people come on here that are great servant leaders and are willing to give you guys their story, their time. And sometimes they come back and train you guys. So without further ado, Mr. Tim Trahan.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yes.
Hey. So yes, we like to keep it short. You know, we won't keep y'all too long. It'll be about 30 minutes or so. So, Darren, you want to get it started?
All right, let's get it started.
Yeah, you start with the first one.
So, just listening to everything that you have done, you also own a trucking company, I understand. Yes. Amazing. So you own your trucking company, you're into network marketing. So my question to you is, when and why did you decide to come online? Like, where did that come in, in the scheme of things?
I think that the world is moving to faster pace. Things are happening at the speed of light. We're truly in a microwave society now. People are looking for newer, better, more inventive ways to do business. And this is actually the wave of the future, right? Everybody is in a click and order society. Everybody wants immediate gratification. And what better way to be able to touch people than, using all forms of media, whether it's social media, whether it's traditional media, whether you're using, ad campaigns, whatever it is you're using, people are touching so many people in so many different ways. Like right now, we legitimately have an opportunity to touch, millions and millions of people just through this. And that's just how everything is moving. So, when I saw moving from how I built business before and I've been in the industry now close to 30 years, and
Ooh,
everything was about belly to belly, getting out there,
Yeah.
talking to people, and you know, uh, I had this thing where I had to expose 2 people a day, and if I forgot to expose people, at least 2 a day, I would jump up out of bed, frantic, like, oh my God, I'm gonna run down to Starbucks or something, just so I could expose 2 people. But back 25, 30 years ago, we didn't have these different forms of media. So
So true.
we had to do it that way. That's how you built your book of business, right? We didn't know anything about social entrepreneurship or anything like that. It was true belly to belly. You're out there, and I always say, people say um, sales. I never really considered myself a salesperson.
Right.
I considered myself a person that specialized in building relationships.
Hmm.
And I learned a long time ago that, you create a friend before you create a partner, and that's what I did. But nowadays, through the social media platforms and avenues, it's a lot easier to touch so many people because you start to realize that degrees of separation is real, right?
oh yeah.
We all know somebody that knows somebody else somewhere, and it's going to all come back to us. So, it's just a great situation for us to be able to build business this way.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
really a game changer. That's for
Absolutely.
sure.
And
That's
all I heard was I follow trends. He said that this is what's popping. That's what was popping. So that's what I did, right?
Absolutely.
That's all
right.
I heard. I follow
Hmm.
Right.
trends.
And another key thing, building relationships,
Hmm.
Mhm.
making friends before you can even think about becoming business partners.
Correct.
So true.
Absolutely.
It's
Right.
What do we say all the time, guys?
professional friend makers, y'all.
Yes,
We
Hmm.
say it
professional.
all the time. So there
Yes.
you have it. There you have it. So the
Mhm.
next question is, tell us about your first year in the online space. You came from your offline, your belly to belly, and you came online and what was your experience like?
Well, I could speak to you that from two standpoints. I could talk to you from a traditional standpoint to where, as a traditional business owner in the past, once again before social media and all of that stuff, the various ways that you actually marketed your business was super expensive.
Mm,
Whether you're purchasing billboard space on a highway that's getting a lot of traffic, or whether you're running ads on the radio, you're paying for time spots, or if you have local TV stations, you're paying for stuff like that, or advertising in newspapers. It just is really expensive. And if you don't have an advertising budget, right, which
mm,
most small business owners don't have advertising budgets, you're generally going into what you make to purchase all of those other things that you need to actually build and grow your business. So that's why they said, years ago, that it's going to take you anywhere from 3 to 5 years to actually turn a profit, because you're legitimately soaking all of your resources back into the business. And a
yeah.
large percent of that is for you to be able to advertise your business. Well, you know, and it was the same thing with the network marketing space. But
Mm,
while we're moving forward, it's just a lot easier to uh, put some vibes out there, let people know what you're doing, and people are actually coming to you just based on what it is that you see. So it's just a better situation, and it helps us to grow at a faster pace. And that's why I really chose to take the social media marketing and all of that stuff, because it makes it a lot easier for people to actually reach you. And a lot of times we forget about a lot of people that we know, and they see you on social media and they reach out to you. Oh man, Tim, wow, man, I didn't know, you had your own trucks. And then you start talking about that, or I didn't know you were with this company, or, tell me a little bit about this. So when people are coming to you, it makes your business a lot easier to grow. And I always say that, you first got to become interested before you become interesting. So
Hmm.
people got to have a legitimate notion or knowledge that you have their best interest at heart, that you're really there to help them. And this is a great way to actually get those messages out there to people.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
like that.
believe that.
Interested before you become interesting.
Interesting.
And people
Hello.
need to know that you care.
Absolutely.
They really need to know that through your marketing, through your interaction. That's why there's a messenger section, so
Yeah.
you can communicate, so you can bond and get to know, you know, each other, and really, build a friendship. So
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Were there any challenges, when you came
Mhm.
online? So when you came online, it was just popping. You had like, you know, um, 100 likes and 100 comments. People were like, "Yo, oh
No,
my God, Tim." Was it like that when you came when you
no, no, no. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't until maybe who probably maybe 2 or 3 years ago that I actually started to actually use social media. Now I've been, on Facebook and for 9 years, but it never really dawned on me to use it for business building purposes. It was really me getting in contact with old friends and
Mhm.
folks that I went to college with and played ball with and all that kind of stuff. But didn't really think about it until a few years ago, where I was the international director of sales for another company,
Mhm.
and they were real big on it. And I tell you, I felt almost handicapped in the beginning because I'm like, you like deer in the headlights, like, oh my God, man, they're really doing all this stuff online. And all the different aspects of it, Twitter and all of those different things, Facebook, Instagram, all of that stuff. You name it, they were into it, and it was a little bit different. And then I realized, wow, you know what? If you really take it as a relationship building concept, just like you do in person,
Oh.
then it became that much more easier for me,
Yeah.
because you become a little bit more open
Mhm.
to using those different avenues and those tools that are afforded to you. So once you really get used to it and you understand the different ways to actually be social entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
it really will scale up your business.
That is so true, because at the end of the
Mhm.
day, that's who we are. Social
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
entrepreneurs, you know,
Yeah.
nobody's coming your way if you're not building relationships
Your
Right.
net
Yeah.
worth is your net worth. And we tell people that all the time.
all
Like,
the
if
time.
you don't know people, you're probably broke.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
Now,
For
if you
sure.
think about somebody famous that you know, or even somebody with a lot of money, they have
Hmm.
a big net worth, right?
Hmm.
You might not even be part of their network. You might just know of them, right?
Right.
So that's exactly what we're talking about. If you want to be in rooms, right? If you want your name to be spoken in rooms before you get there, that's how you do it,
Absolutely.
right? You just stay consistent, right? Keep showing up, keep doing what you're supposed to do,
Right.
and
Right.
eventually you will get there, right?
Yeah.
We tell you that all the time. You just have to be consistent. Be
Yeah.
consistent.
Always somebody watching.
That's
Absolutely.
the
And
beauty
you
of
Absolutely.
least
online.
Yeah.
expect it. It's
What?
always
Absolutely.
somebody watching.
Yep.
We tell y'all, make those videos, guys. Make videos. They can sit there and watch y'all videos all day. They can binge watch just like Netflix. Get a YouTube page if you don't have a YouTube page, right?
Right.
Yeah, we tell you
Yeah.
that all the time. So guys, I mean, this is amazing already, and we're just getting started. If you're getting value from this, put some diamonds in the chat, y'all. Put some fire
Absolutely.
in the chat and just let us know that you are getting value from this interview, because
Absolutely.
I mean, he's dropping it. He's dropping these nuggets. He's dropping it, y'all.
You
He's
better
dropping
believe
them.
it.
So I got
Man,
one
sure.
more question,
I'm
and then I'm
loving
gonna
it.
move. and then Takija is going to take it from here.
Okay.
So, um, in your business or businesses, whichever one you want to talk about, what was your memorable moment in your in time being in business?
I this is it goes back to really this space, the relationship marketing space. I tell my story, and for some folks that's on, they might have heard my story before. Once I was done playing professional football,
Hmm.
I really had no direction. I knew I had the degree. I did everything my parents told me to do, get the
Right.
degree, and I did put it to use. And actually
Mhm.
was making good money, but I was sacrificing all my time.
Mm.
And but I thought that's how the world worked, right? If your
Right.
dream that you
Yeah,
prepare for your whole life, something happens, you had to have that plan B, right? And
that's
I
right.
did it. And the plan B was my degree, and went to work for a telecommunications company. I was an engineer and all that stuff, but working 60, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week, I was flat out burning myself to the ground,
Yeah,
and it was one of those situations where I just knew some things had to change, but I didn't know how. And I was introduced to this industry by my neighbor, and
Mhm.
it was a godsend. And I was one of those persons, guys. I'll be 100%. I was not a fan of the industry at all. I was like, those things don't work, just like so many other people, have said to me, "Oh man, those things don't work." And
yeah,
um, but now I can honestly say to them, "No, you got it wrong. I don't work. See, I don't work. You're still going to work." But the deal is, once I got a hold to this whole platform, this relationship building platform, the training, the personal development. Now, one of my favorite things to tell people is this is the best personal development platform with a compensation plan
amen.
attached to it, because the better you become at becoming you, the better
Mm,
you become at building business, right?
mm,
And
Yeah.
it was just one of those things. So traditional business, all that is, a lot of times, if you don't have a huge business, right, all
Mm.
you just really own another job, right? And I'll be honest with you, with my trucking company, and yes, it's growing, yes, we're doing well, but a lot of times, if I'm hands off or my partner's hands off, then things start to fall apart. We're not at that point yet to where it's self-sustaining. So really, we
mhm.
own a job.
Yeah.
So the thing is this, though, with the relationship building business slash network marketing, right? That's what we're here to
Yes,
talk about.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Multi-level marketing. With that business model, it is the only industry in the world where you can take an average everyday person
Mm.
that is of legal age,
Mm.
regardless of their skill level, and develop them to being whatever they want to be in this
Come on
industry.
now.
And that to
Mhm.
me was the most important thing that I saw, because, like I said, I didn't see it in myself. My neighbor saw something in me. He told me he thought that I would be great at it. I shot him down for probably close to a year,
Mm.
till he actually tricked me to going to a Super Saturday. And I tell this story, but I was outside cutting my grass on a Saturday morning. He pulled up. He had just bought a brand new Lincoln Navigator when they first came out. So I'm knowing that some things he's doing is working, but I didn't know really what he was doing.
Yeah.
And all I know is I wanted one of those trucks. And he was like, "Man, come take a ride with me." So I'm thinking we're just going to test the car out, right? He
Oh,
drives
snap.
to this
Yeah.
hotel, but next to the hotel was the dealership where he purchased the vehicle. So I'm thinking we're going to go left to the dealership, but we went right to the hotel. Now, mind you, I got on sweats, I got grass all over me.
Oh, no.
Thinking, well,
Just
maybe we're going next door because it is a restaurant in the hotel. I'm saying, okay, he's going to take me to the hotel, meet the finance manager because he knows I'm looking to purchase another vehicle. But no, we walked past the hotel, walked right into a Super Saturday. And not
sneaky.
only did he take me into Super Saturday, but we went down to the front row, in the front. And I was sitting there with my arms crossed, dusty, grass everywhere. But I met the gentleman at the front of the room who was making over $30,000 a month. And this was, 20 plus years ago, $30,000 a month. And if you want to equate that to
Man.
today's economy, that's probably closer to about, 55, $60,000 a month now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And like I said, I was 28 at the time. He was about 31, 32. And I knew that professional athletes made that kind of money. I knew that entertainers made that kind of money, but I never
Mhm.
met a person, a regular person, what they say is regular, that made
Mm.
that kind of money. And then he start to teach me about different principles and philosophies about leverage. And he just said, Tim, listen, man, if you don't have leverage in your life, you're being leveraged by someone who does. There's
Mm.
nothing wrong with building leverage in your life. And I listened to him, man. And still today, he and I keep in contact. We're like brothers still today. We've watched each other children grow up. He's made millions of dollars in the industry over his 25 plus year in the industry. I've been blessed to make millions of dollars in the industry as well. But I tell you guys, when it comes to the two industries of traditional business ownership and network marketing, I would always choose network marketing 100 times out of 100 times over owning a traditional business because of the low barrier of entry and the unlimited income potential. Right? When you're in a traditional business, of course, I use my money that I've earned in this industry to start my traditional business. But guess what?
Mhm.
If I didn't have the capital to do it, what would I would have had to do? I would have had to go to banks and get financing. Well, what if my credit is not good enough?
Mm.
So what if I don't have the additional income to support $1 million loan, right? Because that's what it's going to cost you 9 times out of 10 when you buy the
Right.
traditional business. You're gonna spend at least $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I had 15 trucks. So multiply 15 times $80,000. That's what it cost me to start the trucking business, right?
Boom.
Wow.
And so, but it was because of the network marketing industry that allowed myself and my business partner to be able to do what it is that we do now. And this industry is 100% about building legacy. So,
Oh, yeah.
the short answer is I would never do anything other than this industry. I don't care how old I am. I can be 70, 80, 90 years of age. If people ask me to start all over again, 100%, it would be through this industry.
Mm.
Amen. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. And
Yeah.
people sometimes don't understand that. And I say it's the same mentality with having a job.
Right.
If
Right.
something happens with that job, if they lay you off or you decide you don't want to be there no more, you're gonna go find another job. It's the
Correct.
same way with a network marketer. If something happens with one company, we find another company to join.
Another one.
Right? That's where
Right.
our
Because
mentality is. It's
going to
hard to
another.
exchange dollars, right? Dollars for time once your mentality flip, right? You're
Yeah.
like,
Can't see
hold up,
that.
I can make how much in a day, and they paying me what
What?
150 a
An
day?
hour?
Hold
An
up.
hour?
Right. Right.
For
Right.
Yeah,
sure.
Right.
so that's
That's
that's a good transition point right there because it
okay.
seems like lately everybody is talking about multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
And of course, can you tell our audience, for the beginners that are viewing on here, this could save them some time and some money, right? When do you think is the perfect time or the best time to add on an additional income stream?
Now, it's never a wrong time to start that, right?
Mm.
We have systems in place to help people become successful early. Like back
Yeah.
in the days, it was kind of like we were the ones that was chopping down the trees. It wasn't a road built there. It wasn't a road map. It wasn't a platform. It wasn't any systems in place. Network marketing started as a result of people really going door to door as door to door salesmen, and then being able to build a sales team that was also going door to door, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
they knocked down the trees, they laid the pavement, they created the systems. And if you've been in this industry, system is an acronym for saving yourself time, energy, and money. And if you follow the system, that's exactly what happens. You save yourself time, energy, and money. But when you don't follow the system, guess what? The system is still there. So
Yes.
and I always teach my people to be system driven instead of people driven, right? People will fail you, systems won't. So
Mhm.
but right now is always the time. And I tell people, if you say, well, I don't have a lot of time. Well, guess what? Nobody has less time than I have. None. I challenge you to find a person. Once again, I own a trucking company that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right? I'm a full-time father. That takes a lot of time. Full-time husband. That takes a lot of time. Got 3 grandbabies. That takes a lot of time, right? And I work this business full time, part time, spare time. What does that mean? I spend my best hours working this business. So don't think of this as a second job, right? Because that's what a lot of people come into this thinking. No, it's not. It's a business, right? And if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. But on the
Sure will.
flip side of that, if you treat it like a hobby, it will cost you like a hobby, right? So, we want to maximize the amount of time that we spend, right? And we want to maximize how we use the system. And you got to realize that you're gonna have some people that just won't want to follow the system, and if they don't want to follow the system, that's fine. Hey, we'll be here when you ready to follow the system. We're all adults. We can't force anybody. It's not a job. I can't force you to do anything. All I'm telling you is what's worked for me, what's working for all of the people that's making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I tell people this: listen, the system is designed for you to be successful. Not everybody in this business makes $100,000 a month. But I guarantee you this: the ones that do make $100,000 a month follow this system. So
Mm.
why wouldn't you follow the system that's proven to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, millions of dollars a month, billions of dollars a year, right? Why wouldn't you follow that system? So, the quick answer to that question is never the wrong time to look to add leverage to your life, because no leverage, no life. If you don't have leverage, then you're definitely being leveraged by someone who does. So
Mm.
it's never the wrong time to partake in a business venture that has unlimited income potential.
Amen. I
Yeah.
love that answer. And that's what I think people don't understand. And they're like, oh, it is limited. I can't get two people, right? I can't get three people. And that's all in your mind. And
Right.
if you're constantly telling yourself anything, you're right. You're right. If you say, I don't know anybody, nobody, nobody. Does
Right.
anybody know you? Do you go to church? Do you leave your house? Do you
Hmm.
grocery shop? Like, do you
Right.
have
And see that.
kids? You have sometimes you have to jog people's memory, right?
Right.
Give
Look
them
at
your
your
memory
phone.
joggers, right? Are you an animal
Animal
lover?
contacts on your
Mhm.
phone.
Yeah,
Right.
you take your dog to the vet. So yeah, and this is such a great conversation to have, because so many times people are like, I think it's just me. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like we all get no's. So just so you know, Tim, Tim, do people tell you no?
Oh man, what? Yeah, of course. I mean,
They
but
do?
listen, this is the deal, guys. Think about it this way. When you were a kid, how many times did your parents tell you no?
Right.
Did you
Yeah.
stop asking for the things that you really
Sure
wanted?
did.
No.
Sure did.
You'll keep going back. You'll wait a few hours and ask the same question again. The answer is no. You'll wait a day or so, ask the question again. The answer is no. You'll wait maybe a month. The answer may have changed, or it might still be no. Well, the cool thing about this industry, guys, is when people tell you no, they're not telling you no. That's not
Right.
what they're saying. They're saying they KNOW. They
Yeah.
just don't know enough about what it is that you're talking about to make an informed decision. So that's why I always live by the philosophy of I don't try to sell anybody on anything. I'm gonna educate you on what it is that we have. I'm gonna give you the information so you can't use the excuse of, well, Tim, why you didn't tell me? I did not know. KNOW. So no is the leading up to knowledge. And once they have the knowledge of what it is that we have, and if you have an unshakable belief like I have, then you'll
Yeah.
probably you'll look at them like you're crazy for not doing this. Like
Yeah. Like,
what do you mean? No. Did you
mhm.
understand what I just said?
Right.
Next week you can earn an extra 500 next week. What would you have to do to earn an extra 500 on your job next week? Is it talk to three people? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Probably not. Is it spending an extra 5 hours to make an extra 500? Probably not. Right? So we're telling people, listen, limited amount of time. Great. If you don't have a lot of time, this business for you. Great. If you got all the time in the world, you're retired and all you want to do is sit on the beach, then guess what? This business is for you. If you
Mm.
don't know a lot of people, great. This business for you because we're going to help you get to know some people.
Yes.
Right. And I mean that's what it's about. And you just gotta have an unshakable belief of what it is that we have. And you got to stand on that belief, and you got to be rock solid on the belief. And the thing is, people don't have success because they come into situations with their belief not being 100%, and they automatically assume people are just like them,
Oh yeah.
and
Mm.
not
Yeah.
knowing that people are looking for something to change their lives. And
Yep.
we
They
have
are.
it. And I look at it as, how selfish would I be if I got the vehicle to turn someone's life around? I have that vehicle in my hands to turn your life around, and I didn't share it with you. How selfish is that of me? Right? So, I mean, that's my belief. I stand on it, and I think that no's are just part of the process. And remembering that they're not telling you no, they're saying that they just KNOW. They don't know enough about what it is that we're doing to make a sane, I'm gonna say that, a sane
Right.
decision to
Right.
partner with us. It's just a lack of knowledge that's causing them not to want to participate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
So Tim,
Yes.
you've
I
been
like that.
online for a while now, you
Mhm.
know. So I'm sure you've experienced several different platforms. I'm sure you've tried out a couple of them.
Mhm.
So in your experience, what would you say is the best platform to get to know people
Ooh, man, that's a tough one.
on?
I would say, wow, it's transitioned so many times now.
Mm,
I say that, the grandfather of them all right now would still be Facebook, because
Mm.
that's the one that most people are familiar with, is
mm,
Facebook. So, when you talk about the platforms, and now, because of Facebook is integrated with so many other things, it's
yeah.
Yeah.
not too hard at this
Right.
point to be on several social media platforms at the same time. Like,
Hmm.
it's just amazing that I could post something on Facebook and it automatically translate over to Instagram, and vice
Yes.
Exactly.
versa. If I'm on Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook and all of those things. So,
Mm.
I
That's
would
true.
say, just get in the game.
Right.
Whatever is your comfort level is the best form of social media or social platform for you.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't like to tell people, uh just use Facebook, 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 right? They might not trust Facebook. I'll be 100%
Mhm.
honest. My wife does not like social media too much at all,
Oh yeah.
right? She still doesn't have an Instagram. She still, she has Facebook, but she won't use Messenger. Like she that's
Right.
just
Right.
that's not her comfort level,
Oh
but
yeah.
she sees what it does, for our business. I like to say our, because it's just as much her business as it is mine. And so she's starting to come around. She's turning the corner now. I mean, she's engaged a lot more on these different social media platforms. Not Instagram yet. I'm trying to
Mhm.
push her out there a little bit, but it's just the comfort level of the person, whatever fits their
Yes.
personality. Like, a lot of younger people, they love TikTok. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's what they
Right.
do.
Mhm.
And it's just it's a preference. It's a preference.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And
There's so many.
definitely.
There's so many out there, so you can make the a choice that's fitting for you, your personality.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, and nowadays you don't have to say, "Oh, I want to do lives, so I got to get on Facebook." "Oh, I
Right.
want to do blogs, so I got to get on this." You can get on any social media platform now and
Correct.
do a live, do a reel, do a short, right? You can get
mhm,
on any of them now and make yourself known and popular. And that's what I
Correct.
love about it. It really is what fits your personality, because all of us have different things. Some people just might want their voice, but not their face, right? Or their actual image on a video. So you
Correct.
can do that as well. Put some pictures up there of what you're talking about and have your
right.
voice in the background. So no excuse for not doing videos, guys. You don't have to show
There's
your
all
face.
kinds of ways of
Absolutely.
doing videos, y'all, and we
Yeah.
showed y'all.
Absolutely.
We only have two
Yes.
more questions, guys. Two more
Sure.
questions. Tim, here we go. Look, here we go, Tim. Now, this question right here is
Oh, yes, y'all.
not that one. This not the last one. This not the last one.
Oh,
So
oh,
this
okay.
question right here, I'm interested to find out, because it is always interesting to know. Like, if you had never discovered network marketing,
Ooh.
Mm,
what do you think you would be doing?
Oh man, that's a great question. If I hadn't discovered network marketing,
Hmm.
wow, man,
Right?
I would hate to even think about what I would be doing if
You
I
still be
hadn't.
cutting the
I know
grass,
for
huh?
certain I would probably still be with that telecommunications company.
Mm.
I would still probably be there.
Mm,
I would still probably be working myself to death. Because honestly speaking, I love what I did. It was just so time consuming. Like when you're, a
Yes.
project manager and things of that nature. And I was an engineer by trade prior to getting into financial services and all of that stuff. But you know, you're there until the work is done.
yeah.
I can remember several times. I'll give you a quick example. When the whole World Trade Center thing happened, our
Yes.
Mhm.
home office was 3 blocks away from the World Trade Center. So when
Whoa.
all of that happened, it knocked out all of our communications throughout the country and certain parts of the world. So you're talking about us literally being at work almost 24 hours a day for 2 to 3 weeks, where you just went home to shower, take a nap, get some food in your system, and then you were right back because we had to reintegrate all of that stuff all over again.
Yeah.
So if this industry wouldn't have come into my life, I would probably still be stuck, you
Mm.
know,
Mhm.
in doing that. And now I'm not telling you guys that the money was bad. The money was great. I'm not one of those guys that come in to tell you one of these hard pressed stories of my house being in foreclosure. I'm about to lose my cars and all of that stuff. Well, I mean, we lived a great lifestyle. I was able to give my wife and my child anything and everything that they wanted. But once again, what was I sacrificing? And that was the time.
Right.
So to
Yeah.
me, my time is worth more than all of the money that they could have paid me cumulatively over the years. Just
Yes.
Yeah.
me having my time back. And
Yeah.
listen, I hate to even think about my life without this industry. And that's 100% fact. I don't even like to think about it. Like that is an odd thought. I haven't thought about that until the moment
Yep.
you asked me that question.
And most
Right.
people don't,
Yeah, that's
because
Yeah.
once you
Yeah.
find this industry, you're like, what else would I do? Right?
exactly, exactly.
Exactly.
What else
Yeah,
would I do?
for
Right?
Be
sure.
able to
And
do what
so,
you want when you want,
well,
get
you
paid,
put that work in,
command,
and you get that
yeah,
time.
but you're commanding, your paycheck. You're not
Right.
hoping
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
Yes,
a specific number at the end of the week or 2
yes.
weeks.
Yeah, no
So,
ceiling.
it's
It's
different
no it's
mindset.
no ceiling
No
on it. It's
feeling.
nobody
Yeah.
telling you how much you can't make. It's
Right.
no reapplying for a higher position. It's no
Right.
lateral move so you can move up. It's none of that stuff. It's not
Mhm.
climbing the corporate ladder of success. You don't have to do any of that stuff, right? Because
Mhm.
if you build the right relationships and you cultivate the right relationships and you build business on the right foundational principles, you're truly a servant leader, right? You're truly helping people to achieve what they want to achieve, no matter if it's an extra $500 a month, or you got some folks that's super aggressive and they come to you and they tell you they trying to run to test the compensation plan out. They say if they say they're gonna pay me $1 million a month, I want to see if they really gonna pay me $1 million a month, right? So it
Yep.
doesn't matter wherever those people are, you want to meet those people at their needs. And that's why I love this industry. That's why it's really hard for me to even fathom
Mm.
not having this industry in my life. Like I that is a seriously a weird thought. I might have a nightmare about that tonight. I don't even want to think about that no more.
If that one gave you a nightmare, this one might
That
give
would
you
be a
a nightmare.
nightmare.
This one might give
Right.
you a nightmare, but no.
Exactly. Yeah, for
All
sure.
right. So this is the question right here. We ask this same question to every guest
Sure.
because it's just so everybody gives a different answer, right? And it's
Haven't heard the
always
same
so
one yet.
interesting.
The same answer
Yeah,
yet.
one time we had a guy come on here and he was like, straight up, I'd be a street pharmacist. He
I
was
know.
like, seriously, that's what I
Well, I
would
know
be.
not to go that route. I had two brothers that
He was
that
like,
that
I
were
can't
that
even
were that,
lie.
and it didn't turn out very well for either one of them. So
Yeah,
I
Mm.
yeah.
definitely wasn't going there.
So okay, Tim. So let's say, I know it's hard to imagine, Tim, but
Mm-hmm.
you got to work with us. Work with us.
Sure.
Let's imagine, right, that you lost everything today,
Mm.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to start over with no list,
Hmm.
just your phone or computer, and you have 30 days to succeed, Tim. Your wife
Mm-hmm.
looking at you, the mortgage coming up, all the bills piling up. You got 30 days to make something happen. I need some money, Tim, with the money.
Well, let me tell you. And the funny thing is, you asked me that question, but that's a real life situation for me. That
Mm,
happened about 5 or 6 years ago, where I pretty much lost everything from a financial standpoint.
wow.
And like I said, but it was the relationships that I built along the way in the industry that that really pulled me back up. Because I'll be honest, guys, I got burned out on the industry because I had done it at a high level for so long,
Mm-hmm.
made tons of money to where I was actually living for years off the money that I made. I didn't go to work. When you say sleep until you're done sleeping, I was really doing that, right? Uh, at every field trip, wherever my wife wanted to go, we were there. Um, and the company that was still paying me that large sum of money that I was still getting about $23,000 a month, that company went away. So you're talking about
Mm,
$23,000 a month for some years of me building a company that just goes away in the blink of an eye. Sorry, Tim, we can't pay you that anymore. Now, mind you, I have been out of the industry for probably about 6 years. And this was before I had my trucking company and all that stuff. So what did I do? I had to do exactly what you said. I had to start all over again. And when you're away from the industry for that long,
Mm-hmm.
your leaders are now leaders of their own organizations. So
Yes.
your leaders are in several other companies.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep.
if I can't come to them and tell them, hey, we're gonna go make $100,000 a month, and they're at $100,000 a month, they're not following you anywhere. They can't, they're not gonna leave 100 grand on a possibility of what might happen. They need assurances. They want to, hey, Tim, I need to see some checks first. Hey, we love you, we ran with you for a long time, but that's what it was. And I can respect that, because if it was me and the coin was on the other foot, I would be the same thing. You'll be a fool to walk away from $100,000 a month that's guaranteed, right? That's just is what it is. And so I had to start over, all the way over, new list, all of that stuff. And it was because of social media, and that allowed me to start rebuilding that or almost to a point to where I was with a company. A matter of fact, it was the company that Megan and I were in together. And
Mm-hmm.
I had built something prior to her and I joining together. So when I came to that company, and everything is the truth is really in the story. I got to about $25,000 a month in about 3 weeks. But it was because of the relationships that I brought along with me. Okay,
Yes.
so I don't want anybody to think that boom, Tim went from zero to $25,000 in 3 weeks, and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
bring anything with me, because that would be me being not truthful with the folks that's listening in. But what I'm saying is the industry is what afforded me that. And then when that company went away, right, happened again, boom, you get schwacked, legs get cut from under you. And Megan felt it a lot worse than me, because she had built her income up to $100,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I was on my way. I think I got to 25,000 faster than she did, but I didn't get an opportunity to get to $100,000 a month because the company
Mm-hmm.
went away. So once again, thanks to the relationships, though, somebody reached out to me and say, hey, it's this health and wellness company that's relocating from another country. I don't want to say it because I'm still contractually obligated to them not to really speak about them. So I can't say much, but they hired me as an international director of sales for that company, where I was making about $125,000, $125,000 a year. And that's what really got me back on my feet to say, well, maybe I need to try this traditional business thing. And me and my partner pooled our resources together. And then we bought, one truck, and then that one truck turned into three trucks. That three trucks turned into nine. That nine turned into 15. And it happened like that. But it was the relationships along the way. So
Yeah.
when you're talking about having to start over,
Mm.
right? In anything that you do, guys, it's 100% about the relationships. And let me let you in on a little key fact about those relationships. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Oh,
Period. You could be the master presenter. You could be the greatest at compensation plan writing. You could be all of this stuff, right? But if people don't know that you legitimately have their best interest at heart, all you are is a person that's giving them good information. They're not going to follow you anywhere because they don't trust that you have their best interest at heart, right? So once again, if I could leave anybody on here with anything, remember that one little tidbit there. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
absolutely.
Yes.
That is a fact. That is a
Mhm.
fact. That, guys, is why we partnered with Tim Trahan, right?
Absolutely.
See all this whole interview? Yes, we partnered with Tim Trahan, and we are definitely not sorry, right? Because it's just like he said, if you go in knowing it's a business, you will make money. If you go in thinking you're not going to make money, you're probably not going to do anything.
Yep. You
So
won't.
therefore, you're not going to make money,
Right.
right? If it's to be, it's up to me, right? So you got to get out there, unless you just want a hobby. So Tim, tell us about this new venture that you're rocking, this new partnership that we formed. Tell the people about it.
Oh man, it's we were on a training call earlier today, and one of our partners said it's Wakanda, and I said, "Wow, you know what? If any of you guys ever seen Black Panther and you know about Wakanda, what is Wakanda? Wakanda is the perfect place to be, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't get any better than Wakanda, and that's exactly what we have here. You know, we're talking about two of the largest financial industries in the world: forex, blockchain merging together as one, and you have the ability to earn passively in both,
Mm.
not one. And when I say earn passively, I'm talking about earning Bitcoin instead of purchasing
Yeah.
Bitcoin to trade. You're earning Bitcoin as it's being traded on your behalf. So I
Mm.
said this last night on our conversation that we did last night. You know, I think we're the greatest technology company that specializes in financial literacy. And people say, well, I thought you were a network marketing company. Yeah, we're that too. But we are a technology company. Why do I say that? We have the greatest app in this space, period. Big companies are trying to purchase the app from us. We have the technology that's allowing us to earn and trade Bitcoin hands free. You heard me right. Like, you don't have to know anything about it. If you can use your cell phone, click a button, put in your information, fund the algorithm, let it do all the work for you. I say it's our version, it's BFX's version of the 401k plan. Or maybe
On
you're in education,
steroids.
it's a 403b, maybe you're a traditional business owner, it's a Roth IRA, or whatever your retirement vehicle is. That's what the algorithm is for us. That is a true set it and forget it option for you. You fund that algorithm and you let it do what it does. And the proof is in the pudding. 4.5 years, it took $600,000 to what 40 to 24 million. 24 million in four
Million.
and a half years. Come on, the proof is
Say
in the
that
pudding.
again, Tim. Like
Right.
that's insane.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
crazy,
insane.
crazy,
From
crazy,
six
crazy.
hundred
So
thousand to 24 million in
six hundred
four.
thousand to
That's
24 million.
that's a mind
And we didn't
blower.
we didn't purchase it from Billy Bob in his garage down in wherever, right? We bought it from a hedge fund, right? A hedge fund, guys. We're talking about something
Absolutely.
that was trading for traders,
Yes.
right? A hedge fund. You know what a hedge fund is, guys? You can't even participate in a hedge fund. Go down to your bank and tell your bank, what's your hedge fund? I want to get in that hedge fund. And see how that works out for you.
Look
You
at
need
you. Like you
millions and
got
millions of dollars to participate in a hedge fund, right?
Yes.
Because they're
Mhm.
pooling so many different resources together. You have to be in the right pool to even swim in there, right? You got to be the Michael Phelps of the financial industry, right? The record
Yeah.
breaking guy to be able to participate in that. We purchased that software from who? A hedge fund, and brought it here, and that's what's working for us. You didn't hear me say with us. I said that's what's working for us, right? So when you're talking about being in the best place at the best time, right? The timing couldn't be greater. Just to let you know, from a building standpoint, for the network marketers that are on here listening in, this compensation plan was the compensation plan that I got to $25,000 a month in 3.5 weeks, that Megan got to $100,000 a month in 90 days. This is the compensation plan times 10. You say, wait a minute, what do you mean times 10? Because that compensation plan stopped at 100,000. Our compensation plan doesn't stop till you get to $1,250,000 a week. So do the math. 100,000 times 10. There you go. That's $1 million. So
Lot of
we
nice
have
stuff.
10x the best compensation plan that I've ever seen prior to being with this company. We've 10x that, guys. Like, it's absolutely incredible. And if you guys can't feel my enthusiasm and you're not getting fired up, then your wood is wet.
Woo.
I can say to
Yeah.
fire you.
All right.
I can get a blowtorch and just set the
Yeah.
blowtorch on that thing. You're still not gonna catch on fire.
Ah.
Listen, this is the best possible
Woo.
situation that you can be in, bar none, hands down. I don't care if you listen to anything else that I've said. If you're talking about being in the right place at the right time, you couldn't be at a better place. Looking at what it is that we have, you owe yourself to at least look and see what you're saying. KNOW to, not NO, but KNOW. So
Absolutely.
Yes.
let's get it, man. Whatever I could do to help anybody and everybody to make it happen, we are doing this, and we're gonna do it big. And when I tell you we're gonna do it big, you don't want to be the person standing on the outside and say, "Man, I remember I was on that live stream with that crazy dude with the hat on that was talking about all this stuff," right? You don't want to be that guy. You
No.
don't want to be that guy, right? So yeah, this is it. This is definitely what I'm excited about.
Yes.
Absolutely. Tim,
You
tell the
are
people how they
too.
can get in touch with you. How can they find you online? How can they contact
Man, you can go online. Just all you got to do is type my name in, Tim Trahan, on Facebook. You'll see Dream Builder Inc. pop up. Same thing that's on Instagram, and that's it. That's where you find me. And hey, support, and whatever we can do to make it build and grow. That's what we're here for. We want to do what we do, right? People say, well, you know, what about change? Yeah. What about change? If nothing changes, then guess what, guys? Nothing changes.
Nothing
You
changed.
have to be the change that you want. Somebody can't change it for you, right? So,
Yep.
man, it's an exciting time. BFX is growing in leaps and bounds, and every single week it just continues to get better. I can't
Better.
wait for the new announcements to come out of some things that's to come. And from what I understand, there's some really big news that's getting ready to hit the forefront. So I'm excited. I can't wait to hear it. And listen, guys, if it's a brick wall in front of you, you need to go ahead on and run through it, because on the other side of it is your financial freedom. So let's
There you
get it.
go. That
bulldoze
part. That.
Oh my goodness. If you
Woo.
enjoyed this interview today, put some fire in the chat. Oh my goodness, Tim. What I said, I
Yes.
knew you were gonna bring
You.
it, brother.
I knew it.
I knew you
You
were
worked
gonna.
it, brother.
I'm
You
like,
I
that's
worked it.
definitely
it,
appreciate it. I
man.
thank you guys for bringing me into your space.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Because
You're so
me
welcome.
coming into
bless
your space by invite, definitely appreciate you guys, and just the mere fact that you value what it is that I bring to the table, and that's always a good thing when you work with like-minded individuals, and we can iron sharpen iron, right? We can rub on each other and get each other as sharp as possible. So thank you guys for allowing me to be here.
Oh,
Absolutely.
you are
Our
welcome. You
pleasure.
are welcome. And
Yes.
I'm sure
Thank
you'll
you
be back.
guys. Of course, for a training. You know we gotta have you come train.
Right.
Guys,
Right.
thank you so much. We appreciate you guys so much for tuning in each and every Tuesday. And here at Online Success Made Simple, we hope you have a blessed rest of the day. All right, guys.
Yes.
Bye. We'll
Have
see
an
you next
awesome day.
time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.